Caitlin Clark is the Sporting News Female Athlete of the Year. Caitlin Clark answered so many questions in 2024. Questions from critics, online trolls, current or former players, and, of course, the media that was along for the ride. It was one final question during the last press conference of her college career that pried at heart of Clark's impact on basketball for generations to come. Just minutes after Iowa's 12-point loss to South Carolina in the NCAA title game on April 7, Clark was willing to reflect for a moment on her legacy, a legacy filled with dozens of moments that won't ever be forgotten. You've had an incredible journey to this point, especially with the historical viewership. What would you say to kids striving to be you right now? I would say I think the biggest thing is this is what I kind of said about my entire career is nobody really believed other than myself. Clark said, I think confidence. I think as a young girl, just have confidence. A young boy, have confidence in yourself and confidence in whatever you want to be. Clark continued her answer on the podium after the loss to South Carolina, with a tribute to her parents Brent and Ann, and upbringing in Des Moines, Iowa. I think that was the thing that my parents instilled in me from a young age, Clark said. They never told me no. They told me no about other things, but not in what I wanted to do, and what I wanted to be and the goals I wanted to chase after. You've got to say it, Clark said. You've got to work for it. You've got to earn it. You don't ever want anything to be given to you. I've worked really hard to be in this moment. That's where my confidence comes from. That's the piece of advice I would give to the younger generation. If you break that answer into 3 parts, then you get into all the reasons why Clark is the 2024 Sporting News Female Athlete of the Year. She made a larger-than-life impact on the college, high school, and youth basketball levels. That impact will certainly continue as her WNBA career unfolds. Clark led Iowa to a second straight appearance in the women's national championship game. She scored 31.6 points per game and broke the NCAA all-time scoring record with 3,951 career points. Just 6 weeks after her final college game, Clark scored 20 points in her WNBA debut with the Indiana Fever. She went on to score more points than any rookie in WNBA history and set a league record for assists while leading Indiana to a playoff berth. The Caitlin Clark effect became the catchphrase when discussing how her influence changed the game for women's basketball at all levels. Ratings hit never-before-seen numbers, with Clark becoming the face of the marketing machine for State Farm and Gatorade, among others. Our marketing data demonstrates the powerful reality of women's sports. They are a powerful, digitally savvy fan base, and with a loyal and balanced viewing audience. State Farm Chief Agency Sales and Marketing Office Kristen Cook told Sporting News, "We've been investing in women's sports for 2 decades because it's smart business to do so. Caitlin is special as a player and as a person." Lisa Bluder, who coached Clark at Iowa before retiring at the end of last season, saw critics look for ways to tear down Clark along the way. "I guess you're really good when people try to find fault with you all the time. And you know she went through that like people were trying to find fault in her when she did nothing wrong. And to me that kind of shows. Wow, you really made it," Bluder told SN. "She, honestly, is a tremendous human being. And that's what I wish that people could see is not just the great basketball player, is not the great student or whatever, but she's just a really good human being. And we need more of that." Bluder, who spent 24 seasons as Iowa's women's basketball coach, had the privilege of witnessing Clark behind the scenes, day in, day out. Yes, Clark is a true professional in the press conferences, media obligations, and commercials. But Bluder got to see the insanely competitive college kid who was a great teammate on and off the court. That is the side of Clark that is admittedly guarded, and with good reason. You know that she is amazing and intelligent and mature, but she's also this goofy kid that really likes to have fun, and you know you don't get to see that unless you're around her all the time, Bluder said. "I was fortunate enough that I got to see that side of her." Of course, Bluder also marveled at how Clark's presence resonated across the country. Rapper Travis Scott sat courtside at Carver Hawkeye Arena in March to watch Clark break the NCAA scoring record.